A black-robed Nevada judge, was just assaulted in court immediately after she denied a defendant's request for probation in a Clark County District Court. And what a dramatic assault it was. This guy could have been somebody on an Olympic track and field team. The way he cleared the judge's desk with a single leap was something to behold. Representatives for the Clark County Court said in a statement, defendant Deabra Redden was in the Las Vegas courtroom on Wednesday to be sentenced on a charge of attempted battery with substantial bodily harm. And apparently, Redden has a rap sheet that's longer than his vertical jump is high. During the hearing, Redden and his attorney asked Judge Mary Kay Holthus for probation rather than time behind bars, saying that the 30-year-old is getting his life back on track with a new $20 an hour job and plans to resume his education. Redden said he's addressing his mental health issues and, quote, trying to learn from my mistakes. In response, Judge Holthus then read the defendant's criminal history aloud in court, which included 3 felonies, misdemeanors, multiple domestic violence issues, robberies, and attempted home invasion.
Mr. Redden, is there anything you want to say on your own behalf before I pronounce sentence?
So basically, I would like to tell the courts, everyone here, based on my criminal history, I feel that, I shouldn't be, sent to prison for a second time.
Have you looked at your criminal history? Have you looked at your criminal history?
I've actually just, I looked at it.
You lived it, I suppose.
I just looked at it, yeah.
Yeah. And, 3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs. Got a lot going on, sir.
Yeah, I just figured
battery on a protected person, robberies, attempt home invasion.
I just figured I'm in a better place in my mind, my mental health. I have a support system. I just got hired as a teamster for the union, making $20 an hour. And the reason behind every single domestic violence, I've been dealing with mental health, and I didn't know that I was dealing with mental health. And they put me in mental health court, and I still didn't know that I had a mental health problem until it was August 2022 when I realized I have a problem with this. And having a dictionary and understanding myself, getting to know myself a little better, and applying it to my personality, and having an epiphany at that moment. Those instances, and just trying to learn from my mistakes, And I feel like I shouldn't be sent to prison, but if it's appropriate for you, then you have to do what you have to do. But I figure that, if I'm in a better place in my life, I'm not doing drugs, I'm not out there committing crimes now, and I feel like I should be given a shot because I'm in a better place than I was then, so, but I'm a person who never stops trying to do the right thing, no matter how hard it is. And I just, and I'm trying, and I never give up trying to do the right thing. I know I'm not a rebellious person. I don't want to be standing there. I want you to have to, sit up there and waste your time as well.
The judge told Redden, "You got a lot going on, sir." Redden's attorney told the judge that he believes his client could successfully complete probation. She said she appreciated that, but she thinks it's time he got a taste of something else because she just can't with that history. Seconds later, Redden shouted, "F that biatch!" and ran toward the judge, leaping over the bench and attacking her. Redden tackled Holthus to the ground, and both disappeared from the camera's view behind the bench.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
I'll leave the link to the entire video in the description below. For some reason, when I try to show this stuff on my channel, YouTube just doesn't want you to see it from me. As others in the courtroom tried to restrain him, Redden screamed, "F you both," and threw several punches. The judge stayed on the ground for several minutes before standing up, appearing to say she hit her head. The court statement said that Judge Holthus experienced some injuries and her condition is being monitored. According to the court, a marshal also was injured and taken to a local hospital and is in stable condition. The court said, quote, "We commend the heroic acts of her staff, law enforcement, and all others who subdued the defendant. We are reviewing all our protocols and will do whatever is necessary to protect the judiciary, the public, and our employees," end quote. Attempts were made to reach out to Redden's attorney for a statement on the courtroom attack, but he hasn't responded. According to court documents, on April 23rd, Redden threatened to, quote, "bust the kneecaps of another man," quote, "resulting in substantial bodily harm." Redden was ordered by a different judge in May to undergo a competency test. And according to court records, he was committed to a state behavioral facility before he was found competent in October. Redden pleaded guilty to the charges in November, and Holthus issued a warrant for his arrest in December after he missed his court appearance. After Wednesday's attack, he, of course, is now facing new charges of battery and battery on a protected person, with the latter charge indicating the victim was, quote, "substantially harmed." And guess what? He's due back in court today at 9 a.m., probably appearing in torture cuffs and ankle chains. Redden previously appeared before Judge Holthus on charges of malicious destruction of property, and he also spent a year in prison on a domestic battery charge in 2021. Now, this is not to excuse any crime that Mr. Redden may have committed, but let's all be honest with ourselves. Who has done more damage to individuals in society? A state-sponsored criminal judge or the criminal who's being judged? By the way, while we're talking about this, it's probably not wise to ask for leniency as you're being charged with violence, then tell the judge that you've turned your life around and then prove by your actions that you haven't turned your life around. And what if we did a full investigation of this judge's records? I'm not saying Mr. Redden is innocent by any means, but it does make one wonder how many innocent people Judge Holthus has unjustly locked into a cage throughout her career in order to meet the state's quota. Either way, the prison industrial complex gets another warm body, and it looks like another violent person has been taken off the street. But remember, nobody steals like the state, and nobody does violence like the state. It'll be interesting to see what kind of transformative and protective equipment will now be installed in every courtroom in the country to further protect those who sit high above us in black robes. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know, and don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, grab a shirt, become a channel member, but more importantly, know what your rights are, stand for your rights, and exercise your rights. If you don't exercise your rights, you're going to lose them. I'll see you in the next video.